Get to hang out here with old NFI. No fucking intelligence. Kind of like me for taking this load in the first place. Been sitting here for 4 hours and these fools can't unload a trailer yet. What the motherfuck, bro? I'm about to go in there. Be like, hey man, could have done this on a pallet jack by now. What the fuck? Getting too excited up here. Oh, video's reversed. What the hell? So stupid. Getting too excited up here in Merrimack, New Hampshire. Very exciting at the Busch Budweiser plant. So we had an awesome week planned, and of course, like everything else in trucking, nothing ever works. Nothing ever works out. The only good thing that happened to me this week is the green APU has been functioning perfectly, which is shocking in almost 100-degree weather. I was down in not the deep south, but the mid south, the mid Atlantic, in Virginia, quite a bit. So, as most owner operators will tell you, the money leaving the Northeast is absolute dog shit. The Northeast has become the new Florida. Like, there's Florida loads paying better rate per miles than leaving Florida anywhere than leaving the Northeast. I took, I think it was like $1.86 a reefer load too, 34-degree reefer load, 42,000 pounds to Fredericksburg. $7.25. That was the rate I got on it, and that was the only thing leaving the Northeast going to a reasonable location this week on Monday, because I had to get out Monday. I wanted to do some work. This week was supposed to be way better than it ended up being. So we finished that load. We had a second load already booked and ready and prepared. The only different problem was the appointment was so close. I had a drop at 6 o'clock in the morning on Tuesday and a pickup at 7:30 on Tuesday. And I said to the broker, I'm like, listen, there's a really good chance I'm just going to straight up be late to this load. Like, what's the work-in policy at this joint? And they assured me, I never worked with this broker before. Like, I've been hitting up DAT pretty hard lately. Primarily because most of the loads that I had are no longer available to me. Old VOC, I'm getting fucked left and right, man, but I probably deserved it for most of my trucking behavior over the last 2-3 years, canceling loads left and right. So I got like a super suspension from Coyote back in March, and it almost made me quit the business. I'm like, dude, that's the one broker I was using to like make all my money all of last year. I used one broker almost exclusively. I can see the guy in a motherfucking forklift, and he's not even unloading my trailer. And we've been here 4 years, 4 hours. I'm so agitated because I have to be back home for a flatbed load at 8 o'clock in the morning. So I'm starting to pick up local stuff. I got a farmer I'm working with to do reefer loads, and that's starting this weekend. And I don't know, man. I've actually been getting a lot of calls lately. Oh, are you available for this? So somebody's putting my name out, and I appreciate it, and I'm going to keep that person's name anonymous, but they're kind of forwarding work to me. So I'll be able to spend a lot more time local, which is fine because I'm actually going to get decent rates working with a direct customer. I always love working with farmers anyway, dude. It's way easier. You don't have to deal with any bullshit brokers nonsense. So anyway, Tuesday rolls around, and I get stuck at this fucking place. I'm the last truck to get released from the dock. Everybody else is gone in the line. We were all lined up in the perishable side. I was the only one left. I'm like, how the fuck is this possible? People that came in behind me were fucking gone, and I was still stuck there. So I didn't get out of there until 8:30, and I still had to drive like an hour to get to the next pickup. I had to head south down to Sandston, Virginia, to some shitty fucking butter plant or something. So as I'm leaving, the broker, I noticed that the tracking gets shut off. I'm like, oh, that's never a good sign, because you know as soon as that happens, they fucking cancel the load on you. Sure enough, I get an email like 3 seconds later, sorry, but the customer has said that a work-in is not possible and they're canceling the load. I'm like, you fucking piece of shit. Because I was making so much money off of that going back. I was coming right back to the Northeast, and I was getting like $4.50 a mile to do it. It was going to be great money. It was a 2-stopper, so I kind of hit him up on that. So here I am, now I'm frantic. I have to find a load on a Tuesday, and at this point, it's almost 9 in the morning. So all I do is start browsing the load boards, start calling, start emailing, whatever I have to do. And, it comes out to around, I want to say 2 or 3. And I fit a nap in there as well because I hadn't really slept the night before. It comes around to about 2 or 3 in the afternoon. And the only hit I really get to get me back to the Northeast, because I had a commitment for Thursday morning. I'd already booked this flatbed thing that I had to get back for. The only hit I get is, of course, TQL. My favorite. My fucking favorite. So, I painted my trailer white. All right, last weekend. It's a really bad paint job, but the reason I did it was to possibly haul some frozen loads again. Turns out it's not going to make a difference in the summer. No frozen loads on this trailer, period. It's an 05. The reefer unit's just not strong enough to do frozen loads. I found out the hard way. So it takes way too long to get to frozen temperature. But it handles perishable just perfectly. Like, the start-stop is great. And I definitely noticed a decrease in the amount of time the reefer was running since I painted it white. So I wish I had taken some videos of that, man. Like, I had to get up on the 13-foot tall ladder and shit, and that was an adventure for a 400-pound man. I was so beat up. I did one side on Saturday, and I learned all the things I did wrong, and then Sunday I busted it out in an hour and a half, so it went a lot faster the second day. So the TQL load, it's like 2:30, 3 o'clock in the afternoon. They're like, if you get there by 3:30, 4 o'clock, they'll still load you. And I'm like, okay, this is the TQL guarantee. They'll still load you, right? Sure. So I get down there. First of all, the address on the rate confirmation is the wrong address. It's the next building over. And so I wasted 20 minutes trying to check in. And they're like, oh, yeah, we're closing. You went to the wrong building. I said, it says it right here. This is the address. It's like, oh, no, you want the one next door. That's the frozen department. And this is the perishable. I'm like, idiots. Because they wrote the perishable one on the recon. Their driver information sheet, whatever the fuck. So we go back over to the other one. Now it's like 10 of 4. And I get in there, and I give them all the information. It says, your trailer pre-cooled? I'm like, yeah, but it's only down to about 20 degrees. She's like, well, we can't even open the doors for you until it's down to -10. I'm like, well, how long do I have to do that? She's like, oh, about 4 o'clock. I'm like, so 10 minutes? So in 10 minutes, we have to magically change the laws of thermodynamics so my trailer will cool down to -10 from 20. I said, well, that ain't gonna work, so we might as well just cancel this load right now. And of course, at TQL, like, they just go home after 4. So I sent the broker an email. I didn't tell him necessarily that my trailer wasn't cold enough. I said I got here 10 minutes before 4 because you guys gave me the wrong address, and they wouldn't load the trailer because it was too late. That is true, but also is true is that my trailer wasn't cold enough. So I didn't want to get some kind of like negative repercussion just because they wanted to twist it that way. But the real reason we didn't get loaded is because it was so close to their closing time. And as soon as I left out the gate on the other side, a guy right behind me shut the gate. They had a gate that all the trucks came in and out of. So they were definitely closing at 4 o'clock either way. So I got fucked out of that one. So then I'm sitting there. I'm like, well, what do I do now? So I get back to fucking DAT, and another 45 minutes away in Williamsburg, Virginia at the fucking beer plant. That's all they got. That's all they got for Tuesday afternoon left is beer loads. I'm like, well, you know what? Fuck it, man. It's going back northeast. I'll take it. And it was paying fucking $2,000 to come back. So I'm like, okay, fine, I'll do that. So brand new broker. This guy gives me the whole fucking runaround. Oh, here's your carrier packet. And they used RMIS. Like, it's very standard shit. I've been on RMIS since 2019. And this motherfucker is still talking to me like I'm some kind of double broker. They're like, well, we don't see any inspections, blah, blah, blah. Yeah, because I don't fucking stop at way stations, man, and I don't speed anymore. So I haven't been pulled over in like 3 years. So I don't have any fucking inspections. What can I say? All the inspections fell off of our FMCSA Safer page from all the contractors we had. They only list the inspections from the last 2 years. So this guy was giving me a hard time, and he's like, well, my compliance team wants a picture of your truck with your DOT number, and then we'll send you the rate confirmation. I'm like, fine, dude. So I go and take the picture with the DOT number and all that, and I send it over. He's like, okay, no problem. Here you go. So he sends me this shit. I go there. I have to buy an extra strap because apparently I no longer have fucking straps in my truck, and you need 2 straps for these beer loads or what the fuck ever. I did one forever ago in Alabama without a fucking liquor license. That was cool. And I delivered that shit to... I picked it up in Albany, Georgia, delivered it to Birmingham, Alabama. I remember that load. And because there was nothing else going on. That was the only freight I could haul. So from that, I'm like, yeah, they made me fucking strap it before I could leave. They wouldn't give me the paperwork. So I'm like, oh, I guess I better get the fucking straps just in case. So I get there, check in with their bullshit automatic fucking kiosk because the guard's useless piece of shit. And I'm just staring at it. It said, please wait for updates. And I'm waiting there fucking 10 minutes. Nothing's happening. So I walk over to the security office, And the fucking guard is just sitting in there like a dumbass, and he hands me a piece of paper. He doesn't speak a single fucking word. He hands me a piece of paper. It says, product not ready, come back at 10 p.m. And I'm there at fucking 6, right? It's 6 p.m. at this point, and I'm there. I'm like, dude, I'm not waiting 4 fucking hours for a load that's 44,000 fucking pounds going to goddamn, where were we going? It wasn't Seabrook. It was still New Hampshire. It wasn't the one I'm at now in Merrimack. It was another one. I think it was Concord. It was another Budweiser plant that was nearby. But either way, that load was paying $2,000. So they make me leave the fucking property. I turn around. I park right outside. I'm like, all right, well, now what the fuck? So I kind of like just... I have to pass the time in some way because I'm so fucking stressed out. I emailed the fucking broker. I told him what's going on. I'm like, yeah, dude, I'll wait around till 10 o'clock, and if the load's not ready, we're going to have to reassess this shit. So we do that. I have no intention of waiting until 10 o'clock to go back in there and fucking get another load. So we go back on DAT again for the fucking 4th time today, you know, trying to see if there's anything at this beer plant that I could take right now, immediately. And got fucking lucky as shit. 3 loads from RTS listed, empty kegs. 11,000 pounds, which of course is a fucking lie, but that's what they listed the weight on them as. So I get with RTS, and I swore that they wouldn't work with us or something. Like, I had a fuel card with them back in 2019, and I still have it. It's still active. There's like $6,000 of credit on that fuel card that I never use it anymore because their prices are shit compared to the RXO card. But I swore they stopped working with us for some load that one of the contractors pulled forever ago, like 4 years ago. But they're like, yeah, you're all set up. We're good to go if you want this load. It was weird because they had 3 loads listed, and every single load had a different fucking broker's email address. So I emailed them all individually, right? And I said, okay, I'll do this. The lane rate is $1,800. I'll take $1,800. I'm sitting right outside the facility right now. My truck is empty. My last load was canceled. I probably shouldn't have told them that part, because then they have an incentive to fucking lowball me to take the load because I'm desperate, right? So sure enough, one guy writes back. It's like, yeah, the best I could do on this is $1,700. Another guy writes back, and he had to ask his compliance team if we were set up and we were good to go. And then the third person never emailed us back. So I'm dealing with 2 different brokers who probably aren't fucking talking to each other. So I'm like, maybe I could get this to work to my advantage. So we like ended up, I bounced one email, then another email, and one guy offered me the 18. He's like, yeah, here, we'll do the 18. And then he tagged the after hours team in his email. It turns out the fucking after hours team was the other broker that was offering me $1,700. So now I got the 2 brokers fighting with each other in an email chain. Their fucking supervisor has to intervene to tell the after hours broker to resend the rate confirmation for $1,800 and instead of the $1,700. So arguing with these guys out through email and kind of like pitting them against each other earned me an extra $100. You know, so it wasn't that bad at all. So we only got $1,800. The other load was paying $2,000, but we didn't sit in fucking Virginia with nothing going on. Like we had to move to get here today, though. It was fucking 700 miles. Paper logs, dude. Paper logs. That's all I'm gonna say. So it's been an adventure. It's been a real fucking adventure, dude. So we'll see what happens tomorrow. Well, actually, it's today. It's almost 3 o'clock in the morning, and this fucking fool is still not done. Oh. But I have to be back early AM, swap to the flatbed, fucking get a bunch of straps, and haul like 4 pieces of steel to a job site. It's going to be a real easy job for like fucking $6 a mile, which is mint. Just bust that out. If I could do that once a week locally, I'd be so happy. I'll just run that and then do the farmer stuff. I don't have to do this OTR bullshit. It's not even really OTR, dude. I'm staying regional. I'm not going south of fucking Virginia unless there's a chicken load in North Carolina or South Carolina or something. So it's too fucking hot, man. It's too hot for that shit. Once September, October rolls around, we'll be able to do the frozen loads because I'm down with that. Roll back out to Denver in the middle of fucking winter, get snowed in at a Love's for fucking a day and a half with no APU. That was awesome. Throw back to that shit. That happened a while ago. So I know it's been a long ass video. Nobody's gonna be watching this long, but I haven't done any kind of like summary of my bullshit activity in quite a while. But truck's running good, man. We're still only getting about 5 miles a gallon no matter what, but the whole way back I was jamming like 75 fucking miles an hour just to make it back up here in time before I get a late fee or some fucking nonsense. So we got a good run. I kept trying. I pulled into every weigh station on the way up because I wanted to get a fucking inspection. Like, because the truck, there's nothing wrong with the truck. Like, everything's good. The brakes are fucking mint. Like, it would definitely pass a level 1 right now with the truck and trailer. So I was 100%. I'm like, dude, it's kind of like a DOT mini blitz week. So I'm sure, like, and sure enough, like, I pulled into Virginia twice, didn't get fucking stopped, and I wasn't overweight either. It turns out the load weight, it wasn't 11,000 pounds. It was fucking 31,000. So good job, RTS, on your fucking scamming procedures with your bullshit brokering. Why can't they just be honest, man? They fucking know what the load weighs. Like, they really think people are going to go, 11,000 pounds, blah, blah, blah. You know, I'll take it. Then they get there and you're fucked. So, but yeah, I pulled in twice there. I pulled in New York State, had a pop-up inspection up on 684. I stopped at that one. They didn't fucking pull me in. Connecticut and 84. Danbury was open. I pulled into that motherfucker. Didn't get pulled in. I'm like, dude, I tried so hard to get fucking inspected and pulled over. I guess I have to just speed and get a fucking citation just to get a level 2 paper inspection, because they always run license and paperwork inspection when they issue a citation. So I guess I just have to get fucking pulled over by a cop, because pulling into weigh stations isn't fucking working. And I never do that, dude. I'm always skipping weigh stations. I don't waste my time with that shit. The one time I actually want a fucking inspection, so I can stop hearing, oh, we don't see an inspection on your FMCSA page, so we can't work with you, sorry. Like, dude, you realize I've been in business fucking 5 years? How many carriers you know last that fucking long? You know? and are double brokering, really? Whatever. All right. Almost 20 minutes. We're going to bounce. Hopefully we get out of here soon. We got to get the fuck out of here. Got to do some real work tomorrow, son. Do some exercise. See if I'm under 400 pounds when I get home. I'm pretty sure I am. I feel like I lost a lot of weight. I saw my dick for the first time in a while. It was awesome. It was fucking awesome. I could see the dick and the balls sitting down. Good times, man. Good times I had. Catch you all later.